Other question they asked is the recorded? Yeah. So, is there recorded material that you did with Uptown Records? We have the "Wish You Were Here" demo. Somebody seems to have the "Wish You Were Here" demo. I've never even heard that track.
I have that. That's on a cassette too, though. It's a very old cassette.
So, are there other recorded stuff you did with Uptown, like other
No,
than?
just that one song, "Wishing You Were Here." That was the beginning of it. You know,
Okay.
that was the beginning, and like I said, we didn't get that far down the road. It's all good though.
Is there another version of "Tonight's the Night"? That's what they asked you. Other than the one you did with Chauncey, did you do another version?
No, just that one version, and then, like I said, later on they decided to put SWV in the video.
So that's when
So
they did the remake with Craig Mack, and so they remade the track, um, and yeah, they did the remix of it.
Eric Sermon and somebody else, and it's a funny
No,
thing
it
about it.
was
I used to
Craig
always
Mack.
look on my. I didn't mean to cut you off. I used to always look on my. When you register the song on ASCAP, like now you can just go online and see it, not like before. You just have to wait till the papers come in. That's what all these papers are back here. A lot of different. I guess you would call it the invoice papers from the royalties. Different royalties that I got or whatever. And I used to see that. I kept saying, well, why is his name on here? He wasn't there. And it dawned on me later on, it's because they did that, the different version of it with SW.
Okay. Brent Wiley said, "Who was her favorite artist to work with that came from Future Studios to get produced by Teddy?"
Well, Teddy didn't really have that many people. He had Blackstreet, he had me.
But the people that you favorite that you worked with when
But
with
you saying what artist did I want that we worked with together?
that was your favorite. So so the 6 years you worked with Teddy, who was your favorite artist that you enjoyed being part of their sound?
Michael Jackson, I guess I would have to say.
Okay.
So I would have to because people don't understand. Listen, although my music came out in the 90s, I'm not a 90s lover of music in that respect. My love is late 60s, 70s, and 80s. That's it for me. All the artists that were out before I became an artist that inspired me, you know what I'm saying? Patty Austin and Michael Jackson and just anybody you could think of from D Train, okay? Anybody you could think of that was dope, okay? Luther Vandross, anybody, those are the artists that I cling to so much. Although there were a lot of great people out during the 90s, that's when the music business started to shift, and the record companies started just to want to do a formula thing, and copy off of a Teddy Riley, or so we're going to do something just like him, because it's about numbers, and
Yeah.
making money and that whole thing. And there was a lot of acts that they weren't really that great. I don't know all the names because I wasn't, necessarily following them, but it's so funny. They have all this nostalgic stuff that they have on Instagram now where they play old videos and old things. I love it because it just brings up, the history of that time, not just one song or another song, but what was going on in the music industry at that time.
Yeah, no, as I said, I mean, there's nothing beats the those from that era who sang and artist development. So they focused on the craft and the music and the writing. Towards the 90s, it became image and just, auto
That's when
tune. So
things
we didn't
started
care about,
changing.
yeah, started
Yeah.
changing. Brent
And that's why
actually,
I was so proud to be with Teddy because Teddy was authentic. He was real. The Neptunes were authentic. They were real. Okay. And that's why I was so proud to be working with both of them. You
yeah,
know,
which is her favorite song which she featured on? So you did a lot of features that we talk about with not just with Guy, Big Bub, where you did stuff with the Neptunes and stuff with but what was your favorite song that you've ever featured on?
I would probably have to say, "Is It Good to You?"
Okay.
I would
The
have to
one with
say that.
Heavy, or the one by you and Teddy did.
I would have to say the one with me and Teddy, and I'll tell you why. When the one with Heavy D and the Boys came out, they didn't put me in the video. Put models in the video,
Yeah.
and nothing against them. You know, the label has their own thing that they're doing with their act. Heavy D and the Boys was the act, so I
Yeah.
get it. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't concerned about Tammy Lucas or whatever. You know, these things happen. You know what I mean? But and that's the reason why, because a lot of times people didn't even know that was me singing on it. You know what I mean? They didn't
Yeah.
realize that it was the same girl. So I would have to say the one that I did with Teddy, of course.
Yeah, but also to be fair, they didn't feature Aaron Hall on Now That We Found Love. They didn't put any of them. Aaron wasn't in the video. They didn't even put featuring Aaron Hall singing the hook
These
on.
things happen. This
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. But at the time you create the song and record the song, you don't know how much time it is between that and the song actually hitting, being released,
yeah,
and the other dynamics that could come into play, whether it be, you know, certain goals from the record company that they are looking to. I heard a story. They said that I read the story on one of these things, these nostalgia things. They said the reason why Elton John was brought out is because Barry White was doing so well with his orchestra and playing the piano. They wanted to find someone white that could play the piano and
um,
take over that genre. They didn't want Barry White to be in that category by himself. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? A wonderful black man. So
yeah,
and it's not just a black white thing. It's a business thing from the standpoint of the record label.
yeah,
It is a little black and white sometimes too,
yeah,
but you know what I'm saying. When I heard it, I thought it was just so interesting, and that's what I love about all this stuff. Now you find it, just like people are finding out the behind the scenes with me. For me to find out the behind the scenes of all the people that I love and the music that I've listened to, and recently I found it like Now Rogers. Now, Chic is one of my number one top groups, okay? Top groups. They came out in the 80s when I was a young girl, 16, 15 or whatever. That's the music that is imprinted on my soul, all of those songs that came out during that time. And when I found out that he had produced so many other songs, I didn't, especially at the time when I was young, I wasn't looking on every album cover. We would just dance. It's not like today when people try to find out, well, who's this and who's that, and blah, 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 blah. And listen, we didn't have no cell phones. We was living life, dancing and just soaking up life, having a good. These people ain't having a good time the way we had today. Because let me tell you something, honey. When I went down to that garage, baby, we had a good time down there. You just can't explain how wonderful the sound system was in that Paradise Garage. Okay, my boyfriend took me, him and his brother, his older brother, and his girlfriend. They took me down there one time. I think I must have been 14 or 15 years old. Like I said, I was already partying at 14. Me and my friends, like the Rennie, Harlem World, and we go always, not every night, because I wasn't no person running the street. My mother, but on the weekend or when we could go, summertime, a lot of times when wintertime people was at home, it's cold, you know what I'm saying? But in the summertime, they let us have a little more free reign. And I tell you, when I went down to the garage, it wasn't the first time I had been to a club, but when I got there, the energy was so beautiful. We were all huddled up together on that dance floor. The sirens were blaring, the confetti dropped. They had the strobe lights going, baby, and the best DJ in the world playing and mixing that music, the sound system. And the great thing about the garage, they didn't have a liquor license, so there was no alcohol served there. Now, of course, people were smoking weed, and they were taking the big thing back then was the mescaline tab, sort of like a mushroom and blah blah blah. You take that, you be dancing all night, dancing all night, never get tired. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, I went to that club. I started going every week. I got my membership. I never saw a fight, not one fight. I never even see nobody mean mug nobody, not in the bathroom, not where we got dressed. The people today, they would not be able to reference this type of safety that we had, okay? None of the clubs that I went to, they never had no shootouts, nothing. You know what I'm saying? The things that we worry about today, to be in a club like that, to be in a crowd of people, in some place, in a garage, you know what I'm saying? And nothing never broke out. I saw Grace Jones, I saw Madonna, saw Shaka Khan,
Wow.
Sylvester, and all the other great underground acts that were there at that time. They were there. I seen Grace Jones 1,000 times at the garage. Shaka Khan. I saw Madonna at least 4, 5, 6 times when she first, was coming out with her thing. And it was a wonderful, wonderful club. Oh my God, I wish they had something like that today.
Yeah.
I really do.
Hey, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you love what you watched, there's over 100 artists that we've interviewed. So please check out the videos. Remember to like, share, how not unsubscribe. But better still, become a member of Halftime Chat and get exclusive videos ahead of time. But thanks for watching. Take care.